Hi Isha, how are you?
I'm good. Hi, Stuti. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for taking out the time and being here with us. So Isha, tell us about yourself.
Okay, so I am an artist. I run my own e-commerce business. So I do not have a art background at all. I mean, I feel like I've completely changed my identity. Uh, I come from an engineering background. I've done my MBA. I worked as a consultant at Deloitte for almost 3 years. And I just thought that was like the dream life that I wanted to live. But I was just so miserable. I was just not happy at all. So there was this one fine day I just decided to quit and move back home. And yeah, I mean, that's when I started my creative journey of being an artist. And now I also have a social media presence, which is very surprising for me. Uh, I mean, I also run a cafe with my brother, and I handle the cafe social media. It's been 6 months. So yeah, there are like multiple things that I've been up to these days.
And you mentioned that, like you took that corporate leap, that entire huge
Mhm.
leap from the corporate world. What was what was that creative instinct that got you, like I want to quit my job and I want to start something creative? What was that push?
Honestly, there was no creative push. So there was just
Mhm.
this one fine day. I think it was a lot more about a small trigger. Like I just went to the office, I sat in front of my laptop, and I was like, oh my God, I don't want to live this life like for the rest of my life. I don't want to be coming here and looking at this screen and being in this office workspace. My family and friends were not at all surprised that I quit my job. I mean, they always knew she would not stay in the corporate world for a very long time. So,
Mhm.
like, I just, without any plan, I quit my job and I moved back home. Have you watched the movie The Soul?
I have,
It's
yes.
a
I love it.
animated movie by Pixar.
Yes,
So
yes,
there's this
yes.
one scene in that movie where he's just like working on the laptop and he just like shuts the laptop. That's when he gets some, I don't know, some kind of awakening. I kind of
Yeah.
relate to that a lot. So yeah,
Okay, okay.
I moved back and I thought I would take like 2-3 months of like a small break. And
Mhm.
since I had nothing to do, painting has always been like something that I do when I'm stressed, or it's like a hobby. It has always been a hobby. So in the month of February, I remember 2023, I just started to paint every day and I started posting on Instagram. And a lot of people like started liking and sharing. So I thought of maybe like giving this a try. Then I got my iPad and I started making digital art. And yeah, I mean, one thing led to another. Then I just never thought of going back to a job again. I just decided that I don't have responsibilities right now, so maybe I could,
Hmm.
do something.
That's
Yeah.
great. I mean, just realizing that at one point and having that courage to even quit something which is so
Mm-hmm.
stable for that matter,
Yeah.
right? Uh,
Mm.
and Isha, tell us, how do you think your creative journey has evolved over the years, like from the beginning? And what is that one thing you would want to tell your past self about your creativity?
Oh, that's a great question. I keep thinking about this a lot because when I started, I feel like we all have been surrounded by so much like perfect art, realistic art. At least I was. I also went, I remember I used to go for a drawing class when I was a kid, like teenager probably. And I just went for like 2-3 months. I did not enjoy the process. Now I understand why. Because like our sir used to make something on the left side of the drawing book and he would ask us to like copy the same thing on the right side.
Mhm.
And it was just that I just have to copy this and that's how art is supposed to be like perfect or
Mhm.
realistic. So when I started also it was, I mean, it was kind of very overwhelming because the artworks that I was making was not perfect or would not probably like not proportionately correct. But then I started learning about art. Since I don't have an art background, I thought of actually learning about the foundations. And that's when I just got introduced to a lot of different artists and artworks. And that's when I realized that it's not about, perfect art. It's about what
Mm.
comes from within a
Yeah.
person. And I think the one piece of advice I still give to myself and to everyone who wants to be creative is to just let loose. Like just, in life in general, let loose, but also in your artworks, let loose. And yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that's how I feel my art has also evolved, and it'll keep evolving, of course.
I think every artist
Yeah.
needs to hear that. Whosoever is, like creating something, they need to remind themselves, it's okay to let loose for a while. It's okay,
Yeah.
that's how your creativity will thrive.
I remember I went to like a designing class also for 3, 4 months. Now, I don't want to compare designing and art, they are just two very different things.
Mm-hmm.
But I personally did not like designing because it was too structured. Because like I went for like product designing classes. So, there are like straight lines, banao, and you have to make 3D artworks. And I just did not
Mm-hmm.
like that at all. I just wanted to be like free. That's it.
No, of course, yeah. I think we just restrict ourselves also like a
Yeah.
lot. Maybe that's why. Tell me what is the biggest challenge that you have faced as an independent artist, and
Mhm.
how do you stay motivated through it?
Hmm. The biggest challenge as an independent artist, I think has to be loneliness because it's just you're doing everything alone. It just gets to your head. I mean, I was used to working with teams, getting a lot of things done. But right now, because I'm an independent artist, I don't have a team. I have to do everything from scratch, from like making the artwork to dealing with manufacturers to packing artworks. Um, yeah, oh my God, social media. That takes, I
Mm.
think, half my day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Making content, marketing. So yeah, I think that is like my biggest challenge. I feel like the day I start to have a team, I'm going to hire people, delegate a lot of admin work because I mean, admin work is the worst.
I
So,
agree. I totally agree. And how do you stay motivated during this time?
so I have kind of compartmentalized my own brain. So it's like there is this artist Isha. This actually a friend of mine suggested me to do this since he also started doing it from scratch and being just one person handling his entire business.
Hmm.
So this has actually helped me a lot. Like 1 hour of the day or 2 hours of the day, I am artist Isha. The
Hmm.
next 1 hour or 2 hours of the day, I am like this social media manager Isha. Then 1 hour, I'm like this admin Isha. So if I just tell myself that, okay, I am this right now and I need to just focus on
Hmm.
this right now, that's the only way, at least for me, that I've figured out that I can get my work done.
I mean, I
Yeah,
think that is an amazing advice, and personally, I would like to take that up, and I would like to do that for myself as well because I personally go through that, like doing
hmm
everything. So I think I'm going to
I
take that
have,
advice.
yeah, please do and let me know if this helps you as well because it did help me. And when I have to pack orders also, so there was some time where I was like packing orders every day, and which is not
Hmm.
sustainable because I mean, there are so many small things. You pack orders, you know how much effort and time it
Hmm.
takes to pack
Yeah,
even one single order.
yeah,
So I've
yeah.
like divided that as well. I only pack orders on Mondays and Fridays now.
Oh,
I'm like, it's
nice.
okay.
And Isha, tell us about the money, the financial aspect of it. Like, how do you balance your art and how do you price your products and how do you manage the finances overall?
Okay, I love this question because I think about this a lot. When it comes to art, it's like it's super subjective when it comes to art and money. And there's like a huge range that you can fall your products into. So, for example, I have my stationery products, and even though they are stationery, I do not want to sell them just as something that's like, chota sa hai ya bulk manufactured stationery hai. It has been made by me. I've made the art, I've put in the effort of uh, manufacturing them with high quality. I never want to compromise on the quality. So I kind of consider it like an accessible luxury, and that's what I would
Hmm.
like to have my products and even the artworks that I sell in the future. Something that, it's not even super cheap, but at the same time, it's not super elite.
Hmm.
Something that is approachable, accessible.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, for me, that's I think very important because I also want to respect my art and my work. I we as creatives we put in a lot of effort, but people only often see the product as a notebook, for example, but
Yeah.
they don't understand that there's a lot of effort in it. Yeah.
Want to be in the creative space, you want to have a creative lifestyle, but there are times when creativity is so rare that it shows up when it has to. There is no formula to it, there
Hmm.
is no, like there is no sheet to it, or there are no rules to it. How do you, like, work during the situations when there is no inspiration? How do you take that?
Okay. Like, do you mean like creative blocks?
Yes, yes, creative blocks, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been hearing so much about creative blocks and how artists have been, overcoming creative blocks by some artists are like pushing to do the work and just being disciplined. But for me, what works is to just let it be. Like, I don't want to push or force my creativity. I mean, that's something that has been working for me. Um, I mean, if I have a project idea, and if I don't have any kind of inspiration to do it, I'm just going to let it sit there for some time because it's also something that idea will just go away and the project will never be executed. And I kind of go to different I would call it different art forms. For example, books, there's music, there's so much
Hmm.
other creative things that can be inspired, you know,
Hmm.
to make your art, for example. So
Hmm.
I'll just like go out, move my body, just hang out with people, go on small weekend trips. The art retreat that I did, I really wanted to do that because I just wanted to be around creativity and creative people. I was feeling so, I don't know, somehow feeling this creative void inside me that I'm not able to make anything
Hmm.
after I made the calendar. So that was kind of like a great inspiration to just 1 week of being around different creative people. And somehow that sparked one idea that I am hopefully going to be executing it this year. But
Hmm.
again, I've been so creatively uninspired these past few days. So I'm trying to like move my body more, read some books more.
Hmm.
But at the same time, there's also you need to be disciplined with some kind of a creative activity. For example, I have my daily sketchbook. Even though I don't have any kind of inspiration, I'll just like go and draw something. Just yeah.
Tell us
Uh,
one myth about being an independent artist that you would want people to understand.
okay, one myth. I think people just see us freelance independent artists and think like, okay, they have so much freedom. Like freedom is something. It can also be scary because we have so much freedom. Like there is sometimes there's no structure that we can just get carried away so easily. I mean, I can get carried away very easily if I don't have a disciplined routine or a structure. And there's one more myth that if you do something you love, it's never hard. I don't know. Like it's hard, okay? It's really hard. Like, yes, there are days when I don't feel excited uh to work on something because there's just so many other things. I mean, being an artist, I don't think even 50% of the time I'm painting or making something.
Hmm.
It's less than 50%. There are multiple other things. But the best thing that I have, like I would love to mention this is that making content, I have started considering that as a form of art because it is making videos
Hmm.
or making something, you're creating it, right? You're creating a video. So I just started considering it as like art, and that's kind of working for me because people often look at content as just hobby or something you're just doing for fun, not taking it seriously. But I take it seriously because it comes from like me and it's kind of like a art for me.
I want to know your thoughts on the fact that, when people say that the one that you said, that doing what you love is not so hard, but it is actually hard. When you were painting, when painting was like a
Yeah,
breather
it's like a
from your,
hobby.
Yeah, it was like a hobby. Did you enjoy that more compared to the time when you started selling it?
Oh, that's a great question. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do think of it that, because painting was always kind of like an escape.
Hmm.
So maybe that used to be a lot more fun because it was something that it was like a peaceful time for me.
Hmm.
There has been time during last year that I've painted just because there was a deadline, for example, a commission work. So I
Hmm.
I personally don't enjoy commission work a lot, and I've kind
Hmm.
of reduced it a little. So I was making a lot of wedding cards, but there are deadlines with wedding cards. There's always a little what do you say, one step back to your creativity
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
you eventually you have to work according to the couple's ideas and what they want.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's why I don't really enjoy commission work unless I have a lot of time so that I can
Hmm.
also peacefully think about it and peacefully paint. So that's how my calendar came up. That was very I didn't have a deadline for it, but I
Hmm.
was also having fun making it because they all came
Hmm.
from my sketchbook. And when I was making the artwork in my sketchbook, I was not thinking of making the calendar.
There
So
was
it's
no
like
yeah, yeah, yeah. There were no restrictions. There was no financial pressure, or there was no
no,
think, okay, I have invested so much, I have to, you know,
yeah,
earn it back. Understood completely. So it comes and goes.
yeah. It's a tricky situation to manage.
What's next on your plan, or what are you planning to do next?
Oh, so for this year, I really want to expand my stationery products. I have like 3 or 4 products right now with a different variety. But now that I'm like done with calendar, I have to look at the next thing.
Hmm.
So I have like a few things that I have in mind. There is one thing that I'm really excited for because I have personally not seen that concept anywhere.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'm really, really excited. The
When
other
can
thing that
we
okay, that's a
can
great
we see that?
question. When can we see that? I'm still in the making and talking with the manufacturer, so hopefully in the next 3 months. Yeah,
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
touch
That's
wood.
interesting. Touch wood.
Yeah, and
We'll
the
be
other
waiting.
thing that I want to like start doing is I want to start painting on canvases. I was just painting on
Hmm.
canvases for fun, but now I feel like I have evolved and
Hmm.
little bit found my art style, so I would like to put that up on canvases and hopefully put it up for sale. Mm.
Looking forward to
Yeah,
it definitely.
thank you
And
so much. Yeah.
one last thing. What's your idea of success?
Oh, okay. Um, my idea of success has changed so much. Like, especially in the past, I think 3, 4 years. It was more based on external factors and society ka pressure. But now I'm like, my idea of success is like whatever I'm doing needs to be aligned with what I want. And I
Hmm.
just want to be at peace. For me, it's like having time for myself, doing creative things, doing what I love. Very cliche, actually. And just being me and not being bothered about the external things, I think.
On that
Yeah.
note, thank you so much, Isha. It was so fun talking to you. I could relate to you so much, and I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, I really had a good time and thank you so much for having me, for reaching out. And I love having such conversations. I wish there are a lot more. I mean, I wish you also talk to a lot more other creative people.